friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Allison and Happy New Year. I hope you had a fantastic New Year's Eve and you are enjoying your first day of the new year. I rang in the new year by getting some playing in. Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm starting off the new year on the right foot by doing some crafting. So I decided to create this page. It's kind of a filler page, but kind of not. I don't really have any pictures from Christmas Eve. I am working on a Christmas Eve layout for my December daily. So I decided to get around that by creating a layout that has no pictures. I did snap a few pictures of one of our traditions on Christmas Eve, which is ordering in Chinese and having Chinese for dinner, but I wasn't crazy about the picture, so I decided to scrap that and just share a fairly general page. So I started by creating the background for this layout, which is 6 by 8 inches on my Cricut. I created my own background. All I did was found images of Christmas trees and presents and created my own pattern with those images. And then in between those images, I wrote the phrase, "Here comes Santa Claus," and repeated that throughout the page. I drew that onto the 6 by 8 piece of white cardstock with my Cricut, just using a black pen. And on top of it, I am adding a candy cane, which is what I'm working on right now. I cut it from different colored cardstock in my stash. It's all smooth cardstock and all cardstock that came from close to my heart. I'm putting them together. Oh, pardon me. The shadow part of the bow that I'm working on right now was actually cut from some scrap paper from Ali Edwards from one of the scrapbooking kits over from 2020. So it's not totally close to my heart, but mostly. Right now I'm just working on the holly that is going to go over top of the candy cane. I'm going to add that little tag as well that says Christmas loading. I drew that and cut it with my Cricut as well, once again using a black pen. This idea is not my own. I came across it somewhere in the beginning of December. I don't know who originally created it or where it came from. I didn't make a note of it. So if you know, please let me know. But I totally stole this idea and added it to my own album because I loved the idea of Christmas loading. So that is that's where my inspiration came from for today's layout. So I'm just going to use my liquid glue to attach my candy cane. It's going to be attached on its side. So it's laying down. It kind of looks like a toboggan now that I'm looking at it. You know, like the traditional wooden toboggans. Anyways, I didn't see that until just now. But it's laying on its side. I'm going to put the little holly with the bow in the middle of it, and the little tag is going to be sticking out from behind it. Kind of like so. I kind of felt like it blended in too much to the background because the background is black and white and the tag is white. To get around that, I decided to color the edges of my little tag with a black Spectrum Noir marker. I could have used any color that I wanted to. In retrospect, I could have maybe used red or green. That may have made it stand out a little bit more, but I chose black instead. The black helped, it definitely did, but I could have used any color that I wanted to. And so if you replicate this, you can use any color that you want to as well. It doesn't have to be a pen as well. I did kind of think about using some stickles to brush on the edges of the tag as well, or even like texture paste that's mixed with some ink, or you could use anything is what I'm trying to say basically. I just chose a pen. So for the other part of this layout, I decided to die cut the number 2 and 4 and adhere them together to make 24. I glued together the portions of each number that would be sticking together or that were touching. And then for added insurance that they weren't going to fall apart sometime in the future, I actually stapled them together as well. And then when I flipped the number 24 over, I realized, oh, the backside looks kind of ugly. So I went back to my Cricut and cut the numbers again backwards so that I could put them on the backside of the 24 and make them look just a little bit nicer than two clashing busy patterns. And I like that much better. And also it ends up covering up the stapling that I added to the other side, the front side. That's it, my friends. This layout came together super quick and was a lot of fun to create. I'm so proud of how it came out. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and a like. If you'd like to see more Cricut projects like this one, definitely hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you're notified every time I post new videos. Have a fantastic day, and I will be back again soon with more creative inspiration. Bye, friends.